The Lush Cosmetics Anti-Spy Cops campaign was one of UK's biggest PR fallouts in 2018. This resulted in massive backlash towards Lush from all corners of their stakeholders. Before we look into the campaign, a quick look at both sides of the scandal. A bit about Lush Cosmetics. They're a brand that always has a strong political stance on human rights, animal welfare, and environmental conservation. They're a well-known brand which sells handmade cosmetics for bath, body, and skincare. They're ethical and transparent business, which focus mainly on innovation, and they're also one of the fastest growing companies in the retail sector. So what is Spy Cop? This is a term initially coined for Britain's Metropolitan Police Special Demonstration Squad, or the SDS. So this was an undercover spy unit created back in 1968 with the aim of infiltrating British protest groups and was operational up until 2011. During these operations, it was found that a number of undercover police officers had entered into intimate relationships with members of these activist groups, while protesters were unaware of their role in the task force. Victims are still seeking answers and disclosure of the events, and as a result, an inquiry was set up in 2014 by British Home Secretary and Prime Minister Theresa May. However, this inquiry has now been delayed until 2023, which has created further public backlash. So right now, you might be thinking, what does Lush Cosmetics have to do with the term spy cops? On the 31st of May in 2018, the British-based cosmetics company launched a campaign to raise awareness about the Spy Cops scandal happening. Storefronts and shops in the UK were made to actually look like crime scenes, with the display of the signs "Police have crossed the line" with tapes painted across the windows. Social media was also filled with video clips from Lush Cosmetics with a model with a split appearance of a police officer and an undercover activist. One of the texts on the posters actually read "Paid to Lie." However, you can see that there's police tapes that read also "Police have crossed the line," creating further tension between Lush Cosmetics and the Police Federation. This campaign did face a lot of a massive backlash from both the consumers and representatives of the Police Federation. So we've got two responses from the Police Federation. The first one from Sher MacDonald, who was the Vice Chairman of the Police Federation of England and Wales, who stated that poorly thought out campaign and damaging to the overwhelming large majority of police who have nothing to do with this undercover inquiry. Second one from Callum MacLeod, the Chair of the Police Federation of England and Wales, have good sense to realise they made a mistake and apologise to police officers and their families for the offence this poorly judged PR campaign has caused. The company will have many employees who have friends and family in the service, and I urge them to also act now and hold their bosses and the company to account. Now, majority of the backlash actually came from the public, mainly from consumers of Lush Cosmetics. So the campaign did backfire dramatically, with many taking to Lush's Facebook page to leave 1-star ratings and to boycott the brand. The Facebook page itself received 19,000 negative reviews within 24 hours of the campaign going live. They're very critical of current police officers working in the force, and the campaign was badly executed with poor taste and inciting distrust within the public. It was also to note that the Advertising Standards Authority did receive 30 complaints from the campaign. They did state that they will carefully assess the complaints, however, no further action was taken after this. However, we do see the other side of the response from the public, so people who are supporting Lush Cosmetics in their campaign. So we had leading politicians, lawyers and union officials and victims of undercover policing scandals, which all signed letters to defend the cosmetics retailer over the criticism of the campaign to raise awareness. For example, John McDonnell, who was the Shadow Chancellor, who was actually once spied on by police, was one of the individuals to write a letter in support of the campaign. Now onto the response from Lush Cosmetics. So they stated that the campaign was aimed at making changes to undercover police inquiries and to encourage its customers to send letters to the government in support. They did deny that the campaign was anti-police, and they do fully support current police officers. They're only addressing a controversial part of the political undercover policing that ran for many years before being was exposed. And the main reason is to also bring truth of police anonymity to the forefront. Lush Cosmetics did release a media statement during the campaign. This is just an extract from their statement online. This public inquiry needs help from the public to keep it on track and ensure that this one opportunity for full honesty and disclosure is not lost or squandered. All citizens should be concerned when human rights are abandoned by those in power. The police themselves have admitted in their public apology to 7 of the females deceived in long-term relationships with police spies that these actions were a violation of the women's human rights, an abuse of police power, and caused significant trauma. In a recent court case, the police admitted the actions amounted to inhumane and degrading treatment, breaching Article 3 of the European Declaration of Human Rights. Below is a link which will take you directly to the media statement. We've got 2 responses from the PR industry which were scathing towards the campaign from Lush Cosmetics. So Andrew Bloch, founder and group MD of Frank. So the campaign was clearly to create talkability, however it appears to have backfired. Campaign appears to have been poorly thought out, which led to a mass consumer backlash. The other response from Christine Jewell, Managing Director of Three Monkeys Zeno. The shop front display doesn't clearly convey the message and appears to negatively target the whole police force, which has inflamed opinion. So within 24 hours of the campaign running, it was taken down after it was emerged that there was intimidation towards staff members from former police officers and also the public. Many believed that it was running an anti-police campaign, while others in the public claimed it was unfairly targeting innocent current police officers in the industry. So stakeholders in the scandal. So we've found 3 main stakeholders that were part of the Lush Cosmetics Anti-Spy Cops campaign. So the first one was consumers. So these are people that support the brand, very loyal, bring in revenue for the company, and also do represent Lush Cosmetics. So they were seen as alienating the brand to highlight their disapproval of the campaign. The next main stakeholder was the Police Federation of England and Wales, and they're seen as supporting the current serving police officers and also the families of ex-police officers who were affected by the campaign. And the final one was the public. So they're similar to consumers, however, they join together with others to create bigger groups by using social media to take a stance on the campaign. So looking at the issue life cycle of the campaign, so stage 1, which is the origin, Lush Cosmetics goes ahead with the campaign and displays slogans that depict police officers as two-faced. And the campaign does start popping up on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, with numerous video clips uploaded by the brand. So stage 2, mediation and amplification. Members of the public and current police officers find out about the campaign and take to social media to vent their frustration and disapproval. And also with Lush's social media pages bombarded with negative reviews of their brand. Stage 3, which is the organisation. The issue has now exploded with the Police Federation and members of the Parliament criticising their brand publicly for creating distrust within the public. And with this, media outlets have also increased their reporting within 24 hours of the campaign going live. And the last part, stage 4, which is resolution. So we've got pressure from stakeholders outside, which is public, consumers, and also the Police Federation, and also intimidation towards staff to push Lush to pull their campaign altogether. As the campaign wasn't pulled out straight away, the brand did lose many of their loyal customers and support from the public. So looking at the communication response, so we're looking at reputational crisis. So the failure to recognize and respond swiftly to the backlash that led to the brand losing valuable customers and isolating public. As stated, it was widely publicized. Highly negative events led to important stakeholders to reevaluate their impressions of an organization. And Lush Cosmetics did not evaluate the perceptions of other stakeholders prior to releasing the campaign. An emotional media statement was released by Lush, however the campaign was not pulled immediately, which created massive backlash. So during the whole PR campaign from Lush Cosmetics, we did see a rise in activist groups. So stakeholders recognized the problem straight away, and we had small groups within the public which joined together to create larger activist groups, which shows the importance of communications of the objective. Lush initially wanted to use the media to get the message through, but did not realize that their message would backfire dramatically. We did see Lush Cosmetics use their media statement to highlight their understanding of other stakeholders' perspectives and to seek constructive opinions. So what have we learned from the scandal of Lush Cosmetics? So the first one, accountability. So reevaluating their campaign and release a statement aimed at conveying their intended message. The campaign at the end of the day was pulled from all stores across the UK to protect staff from intimidation, and an apology was issued by the brand to the public, consumers, current serving police officers, and ex-police officers and their families affected by the campaign. And secondly, message being directed to consumers was not weighed up properly, resulting in a different message being delivered.